Now here's a close look at the parts that I just cut, and these parts are going to solve the issue about the gear being locked to the pinion wire. And this is basically a fixture. So what you'll do is you take, this one's already been done, but you would take a new gear such as this, no holes have been drilled in it, and you take the fixture and you slide it over. Let's see, it's a nice tight fit. Slide it over and all the way down, and then rotate it until these two holes line up with any two holes that are on the gear. And then you can put a screw in that hole, and that's going to keep this from turning while you do the drilling. So now that I have that, I'm going to go ahead and put the second screw in, because there is two holes. I did leave two holes, so the other holes might be in the way of the bit, so I didn't worry about drilling those out, but you can if you want. But at any rate, now that I have the fixture set up, now I'm ready to drill the holes. And if we look close, you can see that this fixture actually is going to let the drill bit ride right on top of this gear, so you won't be digging into it. Now we're going to lay this on the edge of the table, and I'll bring it over to the edge because I'm going to lay my drill bit down into that trough, and I'm just going to drill the hole and then rotate it and drill the next hole, and rotate it and drill the third hole. Now again, I'm pressing down on both the gear and the template. So now I have the holes drilled, and if I remove the template, and again, the template is a snug fit, but it will come off. Now I have those holes drilled in exactly the right space between them. Now I'm going to tap those holes, and I already have my tap. This is a 3mm tap because I'm using 3mm hole set screws. So now I'm going to drill this straight in, and then I'm going to back it out and rotate it and drill the next one. Again, straight in, and back it out, and the third one, straight in and back it out. So now I have my holes drilled, I have my holes tapped, I'm ready to put in some screws. Now I'm going to go ahead and let the screws stick through the opening there just a little bit, because that's going to help me line my gear up. So now I'm going to locate my 6-tooth wire pinion, and I'm going to go ahead and insert it. So now I'm going to look for the set screws, and I'm going to sight and line the teeth up so that they go right where the set screws are and past them. And now that's exactly what I've done. So now I have this lined up perfectly, because it did slide through even though I had the set screws down in the hole a little bit. I just want to make sure these are not too loose but not too tight. Now the screw's sticking out a little bit. Then you can lay it on top after you've made sure that the gear is in the right place, and the screws are tight. You don't want to over tighten them, but you want to make them tight. And then you can put this on and line up the set screws so that they are in the notches. Once you do that, then simply press this down and it will go in place. And now that's there until I pull it back off. And this will actually hold the set screws in place. And of course this gear still has to be cut. I'll be taking this back off, and I've got to cut this shoulder back to this point here. I needed 1/8 of an inch thick plus the thickness of the gear, so this works out perfect to use 1/8 inch G10. So now I just tighten these down evenly. And I should be able to pull on the screws now and pull this back off. Now it's coming, you can see there. It's coming off. It's a really snug fit, and there I have it off. So that's how you put it on, and that's how you take it off. Once you put it on, you should never have to take it off. But if you do, use 440 screws, run them in ways. The longer the screw, the better, because it gives you something to get a hold of. And then, so if that gear breaks, that'll be the only reason you'll lose that gear is if it breaks, because it's not likely that the 3 set screws are going to fail. And this will actually give some support to the shoulder, so it's less likely to fail. But anyway, that's the my fix on this pinion, the wire pinion to the plastic gear.